Sunday afternoon footy. A blockbuster for you. Brooks fields the kickoff. And Talkeaho. Here he is, Birdo, throwing the dummy. Support inside. I'm not sure he saw Tracy. He still gets back to his feet and now fires a miracle pass around the corner. Well, Matt Burton is on as well. So they lose some momentum at the back end of this set. Burton gives it some height. Saab's turn this time. Coughs it up. Chance. Oh, the front rower pounces and Hughes scores the opening try. The mistake was oh so costly. Troy Evans hooks this one to Carraz and with his tail up. Oh! Lodge says to Sam Hughes, get that into you.
Oh, yes, beautiful.
Cherry Evans, 40-20 to turn the game.
Oh, yes.
There it is.
Yes, great play.
DCE kicking for Saab against Tuala. Oh, set play, just missed Turbo. Bouncing ball for Manly. It remains the last. And Saab is held up if there wasn't a knock-on before it. Still 2 more plays left. And they extend their lead here. Oh, how slick is that? Incredible hands. And Carraz goes underneath to finish it all off. That was just incredible sleight of hand.
Look at the hands, and then Carraz. It's hard to stop this far out, gets down low.
Quick play the ball. On the last, Cherry Evans. Brooks on the right, Trebojevic back in his regular slot, and Saab in the corner. In game number 100, able to get it down.
Oluwatu's re-injured that shoulder.
When you get caught in an awkward situation, you've already got an injury there. That'll take some settling down.
Bulldogs straight into their move. Tracy throws the dummy and in cover Hopewadi.
He's out.
Tracy celebrates.
Oh, Zuzu MUX replay. Oh, he's out.
He's out.
Great call, boys. You saw it in real time, Joey and Billy.
Oh, wow. He has got so much courage.
Positive news for Hamoli Oluwatu. You can see him back here on the sideline. They were able to put the shoulder back in, so he will have to get assessed.
You've informed, Danica. Stand by. Here goes Burton. Hold the phone. And he's 10 metres out. Manly scrambling on their left-hand side. That's where the Bulldogs go. Oh, the hands of Crichton. He is a marvel. And Carraz runs onto it. That execution is eye-catching. It is the last. Kick out at speed. Gets around DCE and gets 6 more. Touched by Manly in flight, so Sherry doesn't need to push the pass. He'll score anyway. Back from a broken nose with a meat pie. Sustained pressure inside the Westpac red zone. Galvin gets a second phase going quickly on. And now Sherry. Still Bronson Sherry. How about a second half double for the bloke who looked out of the game with his nose splattered across his face? It's some comeback. It's Lazarus-like. Cherry Evans had to remind someone to get into dummy half. Brooks obliged. Hopewadi chases, fullbacks head-to-head here, and Tracy comes down with it, hits the ground running. Explosive stuff. Lines up Cherry Evans, goodbye. And now Saab comes, he'll round him up with speed. Well on Jason Saab. Burton. This time the outside men have worked it out. And Tuala, untouched. Look at this joint. They've come in great numbers, the blue and white brigade. It's Doggies time at Allianz. Burton, intended for Crichton. It's off hands. It's there for the Dogs. Oh, here's a go. Try-scoring double, is it? Sam Hughes grabs 2, and it's going to be a record-winning margin for the Bulldogs against Manly. Back end of the season. That will further set the tone for finals. Bouncing ball here. Picked up. What about that by Burton? Can he break Turbo's heart? Turbo kept coming. Well done. As the siren sounds, biggest ever win against Manly. Full time here. 42 points to 4.
Cameron, was that as good a day as it appeared to be?
Yes, a lot of good things. Really high quality game, especially at the start. I thought it was really good intensity. Both teams going toe to toe there. And just happy. A lot of the work we've been doing at training, behind the scenes in preparation, just came out a little bit today.
1,000th club win on a day you celebrate 30 years since the 95 grand final, and on it goes. But the 22 offloads, I think it was 11 in each half, predetermined to go out and do that? Or?
No, not really. I love that we played with that freedom though. They just felt it and did it and weren't afraid of going after the contest. So, we definitely didn't want to play tight. We wanted to play with freedom, and it was good that it sort of come out with the offloads, I suppose.
We're trying to work out who your best was today. Burton with more than 200 run metres. Connor Tracy, his stats line lights up like a Christmas tree. Maybe you can settle it.
Oh, I think the great thing is it's not obvious who our best player was. The great thing was everyone played their role, and then we get a team performance like that, and that's what we've been really trying to build towards. When everyone plays their role and does their job, we're a strong team.
What about Bronson? Obviously, he copped that knock, looked down for the count, came back, past the HIA, and scores 2 really vital tries.
Yeah, I was worried about Bronson because he's a bit worried about his looks at times, and the nose was a bit worried how he'd go with that, but tough, yeah. Really happy with how he come back and got on with a broken nose.
Cam, plenty's been said about the halves combo at this club over the last few weeks, but is that what you kind of envisaged and what you kind of thought that they could do all along? So pretty electric today. Yeah,
we've been, as I said before, we've been seeing that at training for the last few weeks and seeing what those guys can do, and we adjusted our attack 2 days before the game, and just what we were doing wasn't really working, so I think it worked well tonight.
Critter, can you shed some light on that without giving too much away? What sort of tweaks were made that sort of produced performance like that?
I think just making it more simpler for our spine. Like Coach said, just each player in the team knowing their role, and that probably starts with the spine. Without a connected spine, the boys out wide don't get the ball. So just making it a bit more simpler, and just making sure that everyone knows their role. So a couple of days ago, just simplified it even more. And there were still probably some questions there too, but to come out like that and stay connected and get our game plan on, credit to the boys, but just building for the end of the year.
You know what it's like to be on a team that's really in form at this time of year. Do you feel like the Bulldogs are hitting form at the right time with a win like that?
Yeah, I think so, but there's still so much room for improvement. I feel like back-to-back good training days brings out a performance like that, so we don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves. There's a good performance tonight and we'll celebrate that, but we'll probably have a day or two off, but when we come back into training, this week's gone and we're looking forward to the Tigers. So just process driven in everything that we do, nail our role each day, and whatever result happens on the weekend comes from our preparation throughout the week.
Cameron, how much better do you think you can get given that Lockie Galvin's only played 2 games as halfback?
Yeah, no, definitely get a lot better. Like, that's some of the stuff. Like, we only adjusted our attack a couple of days ago, and for him to go out there and play the way he did, I was really happy with it, but I was much happier with how he defended, to be honest. Like, I thought he was, he's done a lot of work on his defence, and he did a really good job with that tonight, and his attack came on the back of that.
Critter, I just want to grab your thoughts on Ronson. Obviously, he's a pretty handy centre partner to have as well.
Yeah, 100%. I feel like I spoke to him at the start of the game. We kind of missed him last week. But just his presence out there on the edges, with the ball and without the ball as well. He's worked really hard on his game ever since coming back last year. So I feel like the sky's the limit for him, and just his attitude coming into training to get better. And I don't think even he knows it, but he's leader in the team as well, and all those young players look up to him as well. So we'll just keep building that combination until the end of the season. But we'll just keep building to get better.
Stephen, do you regard that as the most complete performance by the Bulldogs this season?
Yeah, probably. But I still feel like when we watch back on the clips, there's going to be so much more opportunities there. I still feel like we had a couple errors there at the start as well, and I feel like when Bronze got injured, that the momentum stopped a bit there, and probably just learning curves around that to bounce back from that, and just there's always learnings there, so just look to get better.
And Cameron, I know it was the injury to Satilli that saw you shuffle the pack and bring Sam Hughes in, but a word on Sam today. Only his 4th game of the season, I think?
Yeah. We've missed him at the start of the year. Like, he had that syndesmosis injury and missed the first 12 weeks of the season, and he was really good for us last year, and he's just been building towards that. Last week was hard to leave him out of the team with Satilli not being here, but we wanted him to go back to the New South Wales Cup and play big minutes. He went back and did that and totally deserved to come back into the team, and I thought his start to the game was really good, and I thought his second stint, he scored 2 tries, and everyone sees that, but the stuff he's doing, the front rowers have to do, I thought he was brilliant at that.
What's the latest on Satilia Cam? Do you think he'll be back next week or week after?
I think he'll be back around 23. It's not as bad as we first thought last week, so that's great news, but yeah, we're not going to rush him back either.
Did you have a thought on the Matt Lodge tackle that he got put on report on?
The shoulder charge one.
Yeah. Oh, was it? Yeah.
I think it was the late and high. You were complaining to the referee late that it was on.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, they missed the shoulder charge.
Yeah.
The one where he got penalised for, yep.
Yep.
No. It was a good, intense game, so, yeah.
Seems they were nigh on perfect in the first half. Did you spend so much energy staying right in the game at half time that you ran empty in the second 40?
I think there was a fair bit of fatigue that second half. But you're right. I think they went 21 from 21 to start the game, and where they handed over the footy to us, and it was always in deep yardage, so we were always sort of under the pump a little bit. But I was really happy at half time, with regards to the scoreboard. We were close enough if we were good enough, but obviously we fell away in the second half, so that was disappointing. If you look at the scoreboard, it was disappointing. But there was moments in the game that I was proud of. There was there was no lack of fight. We just got a fair bit of a really big lesson in playing finals footy. To be fair, that was like a finals game, and come early, and they give us a big lesson there. Yeah.
Your first loss in a month and a half. I think it was June 13. Your last loss because of 2 byes, 3 wins. How big a speed bump does that feel like today?
To be fair, the last months feel like a huge progression for us as a side. We beat a few teams that are a bit below us, and then we beat the Storm last week, who are obviously one of the benchmarks. We come up against another benchmark side today, and they showed us exactly why they are where they are and where they've been the last few years. So, as Steve's mentioned, I thought they taught us a lesson tonight, but the progress we've made, we'll walk away and look at those lessons that need to be learned from today, no doubt about it. But overall, we have been moving in the right direction.
And Steve Sadley, do you expect to have Hamoli play with you again this season?
I don't think so. Look, there was always, our medical staff said to Hamoli and myself that, there's a risk when you, dislocate your shoulder the first time. I think there's, around about a 90% risk that you do it again. So we wanted to take that risk. He had 6 weeks reconditioning there and trained fully for the last 2 weeks. So he just got his shoulder, in an awkward position there. So look, I would expect that he'd have an operation when appropriate. So we won't see him again this year.
How frustrated is he? Seems like to go down your first game back. That's pretty tough.
Yeah. Look, it was always a calculated risk. The medical staff said, and obviously with a player of his quality and standing in our team, we wanted to pursue that risk. We didn't want to worry about next year. We wanted to worry about what's in front of our face there. And as I said, he had 2 really good weeks of training. Even for the Storm game, he probably could have played that game, but we wanted to give him another week, and so it was disappointing to see that, and I think that'll be him done for the season, I would have thought. Yeah.
Daly mentioned that the progression the team sort of had over the last month or so, how crucial is it these next few weeks? You've got a couple of games against teams that are there or thereabouts, I think Roosters and Dolphins in the next little bit. How crucial is this next period?
Yeah, look, as the season comes towards an end, there's 6 games left, and when you're sitting where we are on the table, there's no doubt about it, they're all important, but we really do have to just focus on the next game. If we're looking at the ladder now and trying to calculate if we win this and if we lose that, we're going to lose focus of what's really important for us right now. So we understand each game is really important and valuable for us. So the best thing that we can do is go away, learn some lessons from what Canterbury did to us tonight, and then get ready for the game this weekend, which, as everyone knows, is an important game with a team, a similar position to you on the ladder. So they're all important, but we do need to make sure as a playing group we focus on what's in front of us.
Where does that improvement come from, do you think?
Well, obviously defensively. We can learn a big lesson on the way their discipline was today. They obviously didn't make an error with the ball. And defensively, I don't think they gave away any penalties or many penalties. So they were squeaky clean today, and it showed why they were the benchmark of the comp. But again, we have made a huge progression, and we need to make sure that we take the lessons from what we learned today, but understand we have come a long way in the last month, and we need to keep pushing forward.
Seeps much in that Matt Lodge hit late. Did you?
Oh, I don't think so. I think it was a penalty was sufficient. Yeah, I think he was just a little bit frustrated with how the game was panning out. So, yeah, look, I think that'll be, obviously leave it as a penalty. But, yeah, obviously I'm not the match review committee, but, yeah, it is what it is.
Are you going to get any medals back anytime soon, Seeps?
Not really, I don't think, mate. Like, Brownie's out with his bicep. Taniela potentially round 27, I'm told, but, like, he's a big man and we miss him. He's a quality player, but, like, you'd expect he'd need to play some footy before he comes straight back in the first grade after being unavailable since round 3, I think it was. So, yeah, look, there's no one returning soon. Yeah, we've got our group, and I agree with Chaz. We've made some really good strides the last few weeks. That was the second half was a step back. As I said, I think the first half was, we can be proud of how we kept fighting hard. Like, that score board could have been 20 something, but yeah, we fell away, badly in the second half, which was really disappointing. So, but credit to the Bulldogs. They played a very, very high standard quality game of footy, and they got their rewards.
Little knee scare for Tom, but he's good post game, was he?
He tells me he is. Yeah, so it was a really awkward sort of tackle there, and he got his knee sort of caught up. But he was walking around fine, finished the game obviously. So yeah, hopefully there's nothing untoward in that sort of incident. Yeah.